please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Mr. Tulsian, your thoughts on something like, say, an ICICI Bank, which is now up about 1.5%?
See, Anuj, in fact, whatever correction has to happen has, largely happened in ICICI Bank, Axis and SBI, on which we have been keeping the cautious view. And I think that going forward from here on, the private sector banks will really be driving the rally, because we will be having the advanced tax numbers next week. I'm not referring the week which will start Monday, the week thereafter. And if you really see, the indications are that all the banks are likely to report the better numbers, and this time the advanced tax installment is of 30%. So maybe the HDFC Bank, IndusInd Bank, Kotak and RBL, these four banks should really be kept on radar. And in fact, the advantage is that all these banks, these four banks which I have said, have corrected. But if you take a call on the other private sector banks also, maybe like Axis and ICICI, I think probably they may also see, but on a relative basis, these four private sector banks will be showing the better performance. But overall, the advantage with the Bank Nifty having corrected so much with the under-owned and maybe the short position is in fact seen more in case of PSU Bank rather than these private sector banks, because private sector banks we have seen more of a profit booking where the delivery-based selling has been seen. In fact, which I have said that the start of the series was having a premium of 220, 230 points on Bank Nifty, which was an indication that the cash is seeing huge selling, while the position was seen getting built in the future. So I think overall going forward, the things are seen quite positive for the Bank Nifty stocks. Maybe you have some little kind of volatility or maybe a range bound move till this weekly option expiry, because we will be having option expiry on Wednesday. Thursday markets are closed, but thereafter I think for the last 2 weeks of this series, Bank Nifty will really be zooming and can move up sharply from here.
Okay, so Mr. Tulsian, you said that risk reward is better with PSU banks. Which bank in particular would you be most bullish on?
No, Anuj, in fact, I have said risk reward is more in case of these four private sector banks as a long-term, as a F&O traders or as an investor. But if you want to pick and choose, in fact, we have been keeping our prime pick in terms of the relative performance on the share price is PNB. Because if you really see the performance in terms of the asset monetization, valuation, followed by Canara Bank, and third is SBI. We will not be going for any smaller banks like maybe Andhra, Allahabad, Union, or maybe Oriental Bank of Commerce. But these three banks, if you want to, then PNB, Canara Bank and SBI really looks. But our preference will be more for the private sector banks and more prominently amongst the HDFC, Kotak, IDFC Bank and RBL Bank.